Yo, what's up guys? Turn Green Go Ham here, and welcome back to the Dark Souls Remastered 100% OP early walkthrough. So, I, being who I am, had to try to get out of the Valley of the Drakes, and as you can see by the souls in the right-hand corner, I actually did so. It doesn't matter. As you can see, we're not human. We also don't have any humanity, so no big deal if you don't make it and you had to take a death. As long as you end up back here, that's the ultimate goal. So a few things we're going to do before we continue on, while we do have few souls. Here's our buddy here. We'll go ahead and talk to this guy.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Now, Petrus is a cleric. He is a faith-based character. He believes in praying to the gods. Now, the gods are the original lords it talked about in the intro, Gwyn, Nito, you know, things like that. This being the way of white, they prefer to praise Gwyn because he is the Lord of Light after all. But we'll get a little more into that lore later. We'll go ahead and continue talking to him. He's got a gesture and a covenant for us.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
There's our copper coin. And we're just going to keep on pestering this guy until he gives us what we want.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Yes.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
So in order to learn anything from him, you need to join the covenant. No big deal. It's our first covenant we come across. The way of the white.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
So interesting thing about this covenant, there's no real reason to rank it up. We get our gesture shrug. But if you wanted to start as a faith build, but you didn't pick faith starting, this is where you would, you know, grab these basic spells and both a talisman and a Thorlin talisman. Don't buy the Thorlin. It's not worth it. Just go with the talisman.
Come again. The effect.
Off we go. We're going to go pick up a few more items right up here as part of the Firelink Shrine bundle of goodies. So we've got our Soul of a Lost Undead. And now we're going to do, we've got a few chests down here, but then we're going to do kind of a corpse run, if you will. By the way, guys, I'm firmly aware that this video game is extremely dark in a lot of places. There's not much I can do about it. I did turn the brightness up all the way, so if you're watching on a phone, it might be a little difficult to see. Some of the darker areas I'll try to lighten up in post, but we can only do what we can do with the game the way it is. Correct red eye orbs, that allows you to invade other players. Over here, we're going to pick up a Morning Star and a Talisman. So you didn't even have to buy the Talisman. You just grab it right here. Over here, we've got our Homeward Bones. That could have got you out of the Valley of Drakes. Like I said, though, there's really no reason with that few souls. And then over here, we've got our Lloyd's Talisman. Now, Lloyd's Talismans will come in very handy in this playthrough if you dislike mimics. But down here, there's multiple items that we can get. And we're just going to basically run through and snag them all up and dodge these skeletons, because these skeletons are over-leveled and we also can't permanently kill them without going down and taking care of a necromancer. So just truck it on down, get past these guys. We're going to grab an item here. Get past these guys. I'm going to grab this item. And we're going to go this way. Zweihander is a great quality weapon, by the way. And we're going to try not to die on our way out here. Go ahead and grab our winged spear. And off we go. We just have to get past another skeleton or two, and then we'll be coming back down for another quick run. But we want to go this way first. Go around. As you can see, one of them fell to their death. Very nice. That is the only way you can permanently kill them right now. Grab our Soul of a Lost Undead. Head on back to Firelink. Take a rest. And reset the skeleton's positions. One more item before we head back through the graveyard, by the way. If you come over here, right around this corner, Soul of a Lost Undead. Okay, so as we proceed down here, there is a soul item right there. As we tackle it from this direction, we'll just drop off and grab that and head off. And then there is also a caduceus round shield. Now, that's not make or break. It's not a special shield. You're not really after it, but we'll go ahead and grab it while we're here. And it is off on the left down here. Going to be some skeletons that raise up here. We're going to try to get past these guys if we can. And that's, again, why you come down here with no souls. I probably should have made the big circle and gone the other way. Either way, we went ahead and got the items, and that's what we were after. So from here, we've gotten everything that we can get around Firelink Shrine. We are good. It is time to head on towards Undead Burg. Now, we will be going down into Light Town relatively early, but the very first thing I want to do is I want to get our path to Andre. We'll unlock back here where we drop down through the elevator shafts. These elevators up here, they actually connect to the end of the next area we're going to. They're not here until you trigger them from the top. So we need to get that triggered. We need to get our blacksmith and get ready to really start upgrading our stuff. So we do have to fight through a rather large area of this first area, but we are going to take that opportunity to pick up a few really awesome items. That was late. That was early. Oh, gosh. The delay on your swing, bro. Come on. Oh, good. We got another one. Nice. And we're on uneven ground, so we don't get the riposte. Anyway, no big deal. Oops, I forgot one thing. Let's go ahead and upgrade our Estus Flask. We did go down and get the Soul of a Firekeeper for a reason. There's no reason not to have it at this point. And there we go. Estus Flask +1 right off the bat. Very tasty. So there's a firebomb chucker up here. Stay to the left. Get this guy's attention, and he'll follow you on over. Take him out. And before we grab these items, I'm actually going to go up here, take care of the firebomb chucker and another guy who's up here. Just kind of pause here. It'll give you a chance to get on around. We're going to get a backstab on it. Well, he was kind of turned awkward, so no backstab today. That's fine. Guy eventually going to come over here. Here we go. Backstab on him. And then we've got our bro up here who's going to jump at us. And it can really do some strange things with your camera, so I highly recommend you pull him on down here. Take him out that way. Let's go ahead and head back down and grab those items. And pardon me for a second, so I know which way my jump is set. Okay, we're set on the tap. We're gonna run, jump. Down here at the end, we've got a little item. Careful, you can fall off pretty easy here. We have our Ring of Sacrifice. So that's good if you want to, if you know you're gonna die somewhere and you don't want to lose your souls, as well as it saves your humanity. That's very important. And we're just gonna jump right back. We'll head on up here. We've got one more item before we go through the tunnel. Here we go. Soul of a Lost Undead. In here, we're going to have a rat. He's going to turn around and be scared of us for a minute, and then he'll turn back around. Now, this rat is your earliest opportunity for farming humanity. He can drop humanity. Soul of a Lost Undead there. And this gate up ahead, we're actually going to be opening a little bit later. We'll probably wait for a while on that one. Even though you could get it relatively early here. You're not going to fool me with that delayed swing this time, bro. Keep an eye on your backside here. There is a guy up top, and he can fall sometimes and come up that walkway there. These guys, nobody's got an ultra great sword, so don't worry about it. Just parry away. Backstab this homie. Come on out here. That was, I don't know if it was late or early, to be honest with you. But we still got him. Now, before we continue on, this room, I hate this room. There's all these boxes, which I love rolling through, by the way. Don't get me wrong. But I want there to be an item in here, and there's just not. But before we head through that fog wall, if you come over here, we've got a little loop to make. Right here, we've got a large soul of a lost undead. And then around the corner, pop in here. Grab another soul of a lost undead. And now if you go to the end down here, there is a skeleton that will drop down. Or typically there is. Is he gonna? There he is. Take care of him. And then we've got a bit of a little trap there. This is where the other skeleton was, and that's where he came from. I call them skeletons. Actually, they're dreglings, whatever you want to call them. Out here can be just a little rough, but you can head right here, knock him down, knock him down. Then we've got one coming in here. Parry to your heart's content if that's what you're into. But these guys are really easy just to R1 spam to death. Rubbish. So that's what they were trying to get us to get. Horrible, horrible item. Now we will actually use one of those at some point. And then we'll head down here, grab our last item before we proceed on. Just fresh humanity. There. Hey, look, buddy. Take him out. And off we go. It's time to meet the dragon. Before we do, though, don't forget to pop around this wall. Grab another soul of a lost undead. And don't burn these. We're going to be holding all of the souls we have. Now, I have been told that you can make that jump if you're very, very good. But there is another way to get that later. And there's our dragon. He's just stopping by to say hi. He's not going to attack us here. So this guy's seen us. We'll pull him all the way back here. There is an archer up there to deal with later. That was a little fast. Took me off guard. We want to get the next guy headed our way. Try to stay out of the way of that archer. Well, yeah, no, that two-handed. That's the one that I have a hard time parrying there. And we'll just run past the place where the archer can see us. Or let him still hit us, whatever. And we'll go up and take care of him next. You can see there the blood loss. The bandit knife does have some bleed on it, so that's going to help us take bigger chunks, even though it doesn't do a lot of damage. Hop in here and around the corner, we get our wooden shield. Over this direction. Now it's worth mentioning you've got a kick that's forward in R1. These guys have shields. That's the easiest way to deal with them. If you can get one at a time, you can definitely get a parry on them though. So we'll give that a shot. Sometimes they like to just stand there for ever and a day though. So a lot of times it's easier just to kick his shield. Like that. Oh, you little cheater. Let's see if this guy will swing at us. There we go. That makes it easier. Target shield, by the way, what you start with, is one of the better shields in the game for parrying. That being said, there is another one that has the same usefulness, but is also a 100% block shield, so we're going to pick that up. It's either 95 or 100, either way. We'll come across it here pretty soon. And get this guy to come on out, face us. Pick him out. Now, we could have stopped at a bonfire a second ago, but we'll get around to it. And right here is our undead merchant. Now, this poor soul, we're going to do some stuff to buy a lot of the items that he has shortly. And then he's going to come to an end.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Okay, so for sale, he's got repair powder, throwing knife. Repair powder can actually come into usefulness in this game, unlike Dark Souls 3. He's got some Lloyd's talismans. Those help us with mimics. Fire bombs, which we'll be buying a lot of those from him. Dried finger and orange guidance soapstone. He also has the residence key, and we're going to go ahead and buy that now. And we'll be back shortly to buy a short bow and some arrows. And then down here, we'll be buying this heater shield. This heater shield is 100% physical shield, as well as some higher fire. Now, we do have a version of that on us, the spider shield, but this one has the parry window of the buckler, the fast shield. So this is a very, very good shield, and we will come back and buy it. And then, of course, your basic standard arrows and wooden arrows, and then the chain set. Don't buy this. It's going to annoy you. As you run, you jingle, and it's very, very annoying. But we'll be back to deal with this guy here in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and head this direction. Nothing here, dead end. But out here we've got 4 dreglings, hollows, whatever you want to call them. And that one's kind of monkeying around, but our point is we want to get one at a time if we can. They are early enemies, but they can very much overwhelm you early. Go ahead and heal up here. Two at a time, they're pretty manageable. 4 at a time, not so much. Take our broken straight sword now. Don't just trash that. That's actually useful. We'll use it much later in the game. Let's see if we can get one of these guys. Nope. Excuse me, sir. There we go. For a weapon that only does 50, that 234 on a riposte sure is tasty. And then we'll take this guy down. And we'll head up this ladder. The intricate level design of Dark Souls. I love it so much. Everything wraps back around on itself. There's always multiple paths through an area. So you could go this way and continue on where we were at. But that jump I was talking about, this is the easy way to make it. I'm going to run, jump, and then we are. Got to roll all the barrels. Why would you not roll all the barrels? I'm going to head on up here. The Dregling that dropped down onto that walkway that I told you about, he comes from up here. Grab our light crossbow and standard bolts. And we'll just go ahead and roll off here. That's the wrong way. What are you doing? So we're going to head up this way. We're going to grab our new bonfire. And we are going to rest at it. This is kind of our next central area that we'll be working from. We've been kind of unlucky so far. If you know in Dark Souls 3, every once in a while you get this random Estus charge. The same thing happens in this game, but every once in a while it is a random humanity. And as you can see in the top left corner, we're still 00, so we have not come across it. Humanity is what's used to reverse your hollowing. It's also what's used to kindle the bonfires. And by kindle, you'll see we didn't gain any Estus flasks there. We're still at 7, and that's because Firelink has 10 charges available from the beginning of the game, and every other bonfire has 5. Once you kindle, that goes up to 10, and then eventually later in the game, you can get them all as high as 20. But anyway, we're going to poke our head out here. This guy's going to turn around. We just don't want to deal with the arrows at the same time. Pull him in here. Take him down. And after we go for our arrow, bro, this other guy's going to come up here, but it gives us time to kill this guy. And yep, don't sleep on him. He will eventually come back up here. So before we head this way, something to note. Those guys up there, there's 3 of them. I believe 3, yes, 3. And they all throw firebombs. And they can hit this bridge on the way across. So this is kind of like your first little pinch point ozone. Because once you get in there, you're going to find that there's 3 thralls in there. One you can see right there around the corner. And then those 3 up there. So let's get in there and let's take them down. Actually, did I rest? Let me just make sure real quick. Yes, I rested because we killed those thralls. Okay, so we're going to work our way through this area. We've got a shortcut that's going to be that ladder right there that we're going to kick down from the top. And we'll make it back to this bonfire. It'll be a good place to cut the episode because there's going to be some tricks to show you from there. So let's go ahead and cross this horrible, horrible bridge of death. And the first thing we're going to want to do is pick a guy. And get a backstab. Take one out immediately. And then we're going to pick another guy. And get a backstab. Doesn't matter who you're locked onto. You can get a backstab on anybody so long as you're in the right position. And there we go. Take the room down pretty nice and easy. This door right here opens a little bit later. We'll be getting that shortly. Inside here, we've got a little hollow waiting for us. He's not gonna trick us. And then also we've got another one directly around this corner. And that delayed hit again. I'm so bad at that. And I think it's because whether it's over the right shoulder or the left shoulder, there's a different timing on it. And I think that's what gets me. Either way, we're going to open up this chest and grab some more black firebombs. And now we're going to take care of all these guys who have been chucking some black firebombs at us. First, we've got a few guys here. Try to get one to come after us, just like that. And it's really weird that the guy in the back is the one with the shortest, or the longest aggro range, rather. And you're going to throw a firebomb because you're cheesy. Come on, bro. There we go. That was way late and way late. Hang on. Hang on. Let's try this again. Nope. There we go. Of course, that didn't do us much good on the uneven ground. Let's see if we can get one more to come at us. It's going to be him. Take him out. And now there's just one left. A quick backstab. Now, I don't know if y'all watched the intro video that I posted, but up here, you got to be careful with your footwork. You can get stuck here. And these guys, I would really like to just go ahead and take care of one, because 3 is a bit much. No fire bombs, please. Thank you. Oh, well, come on down then, buddy. I forgot I was two-handing for a second. That's all right. Oh, you're going to be like that, are you? Come on. He's just not going to come down. I know he's going to hit us again when we get on this ladder. Nope. All right. Some of the AI in this game. Let's run over here and grab this real quick. Our Soul of a Lost Undead, and then we'll go back and see if we can get a plunge on him. Oh, he's going to meet us up top. How nice. Woo, I got the two-hand. All right. Okay, so the reason we picked up the residence key, we're going to open this door and get a very nice early buff. Get out on this landing, open this chest. And we've got some gold pine resin. That's going to come in very handy for an enemy we are about to take on. Then we're going to pop up this tower. There is a archer up here, and he will just constantly rain these arrows down on you as you're trying to take care of his buddies. So make sure you take care of him first. We've got our first customer heading up. Hey, dude, you gonna swing? And what we're hoping for actually is an early longsword here. If we don't get it, no big deal. We will continue to use the bandit knife if we need to. Oh, look at that. Didn't notice we did finally get a soft humanity. The more soft humanity you get, the higher your item discovery is. And as a matter of fact, there is a black knight around the corner. If you saw the intro video, I took him down. He's not that tough to take down at all. But he has an opportunity to drop his weapon. And other than that, he's just guarding a blue tier stone ring, which is not a very awesome ring. It's not, at least it's not something we're really looking to have. But trigger this guy to roll the barrel. So we're going to bypass him for now. Just long enough. That elevation again. We're going to bypass him for now, just long enough to get 10 soft humanity, because I want to get a shot at getting his weapon, just to show you where he is. He's down here in this tunnel there. And like I said, he's guarding the blue tier stone ring, which is a increase in defense at lower HP, which can be nice, but you know, it's kind of the ring you put on while you wait for other rings. We're going to head on up here, and we'll have our first encounter with a crystal lizard on the second floor. He's going to be in this barrel. Hey, come back. There we go. Got it. Get our twinkling titanite, 2 large titanite shards. We actually got a pretty decent drop from him. I think the twinkling are the only things guaranteed. So we'll head through here. Our first little mini boss will fall down from up ahead. I call him a mini boss. Really, you fight a whole bunch of them later. He's not much of a boss. He's just a regular mob, but early in the game, he definitely is more akin to a boss from what we've been dealing with. We're going to come over here, deal with these guys as best we can. Try not to take too much damage here. Got him with a little side swap there. Go ahead, do your move. There we go. They stagger very easily, even with a dagger. So we've got an enemy that's going to drop down over there. We're going to use this tower to our benefit here. And I always forget how to slide down ladders. If you can't figure it out, you don't hold down and use B like previous or latter Dark Souls, I guess I would say. You just hold nothing and press B. Alright, took a second there to check the time on the episode. We are starting to run a little long, but I do want to get back to the pass through for the bonfire. So we're going to continue to at least that point before we quit here. But before we take this guy on, we'll swap out our black firebarm for our gold pine resin. And I don't think we really have a weapon that's going to do much better, especially for the plunge. We can't even use a straight sword because we don't have any faith. We do have the S stock, but as you can see, the critical is not high enough to make it as good. And I believe plunges do count as critical, so we'll get more out of the plunge. What I will do, though, is switch over to the S stock if the lightning buff happens to wear out. We're going to go up here, and we're going to have a big boy appear and jump down. We're going to head immediately back. Go ahead and two-hand our weapon here and head up this tower. Go ahead and pop lightning on our weapon. Now he can jump up here, be aware of that. But we're going to head down, get a good plunge. We already bled him, so that's nice. And really, he's just a spam attack kind of boss. He's dead, and we're moving on. Now you can get his weapon from him if you're lucky. But as we are not, we only get a humanity and a homeward bone. Now later on we'll come across a bunch of those, so we'll definitely have an opportunity to get that weapon. Oh, putting on the S stock made us not fast roll, so let's get rid of that. There we go. Item up here behind this crate, and then we're about to meet one of the best, if not the best, NPC in any Souls game. Solaire. Praise the sun. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
There's a lot of debate on whether that son was misspelled, but in actuality what it means is like more of like his guiding light, his reason for being. That's why he's here.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yes.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Absolutely.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
And we'll get the white sand soapstone.
Strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Jolly cooperation. So he talks about time being convoluted, and we'll talk more about that later. You know, the first thing to think is the summon signs are what convolute time, but as you can see, he's in our world, and he basically just told us right now he's not in our time. So bear that in mind. Everything you come across in this game is not linear at all, and we'll be talking more about that as we go. But let's talk to him one more time to get his best line in the series.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
So he's really after his son. So anyway, here we are. We're almost back to our shortcut. As soon as we pop around this corner, a dragon's going to come in. And the trick is, if you run now, you're going to die. However, if you head out there, dragon, there he comes. I can hear him. Wait for the dragon to land, and typically you won't get, caught on fire. But you want to get him to breathe fire from that direction. And then you should be able to run all the way to our shortcut before he breathes fire again. So let's go ahead and head that way. It is very close timing. You need to know to run here immediately. Okay, so this is our shortcut back to the bonfire, and we're going to abuse this very shortly. So anyway, let's go ahead and head down. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series. In the next episode, we're going to talk about our first soul farm. We're going to grab some items that we desperately need for some of the tips and tricks we're going to be going through, and then do some other things as well. Anyway, guys, if you're enjoying the videos, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit me up in the comments section down below. Till the next video, guys, thanks for watching.